Good evening, everyone. This is John. I'm here to talk about VRA Core Metadata Schema. This presentation is for Dr. McCall's Metadata class. First of all, let me talk about VRA and VRA Core. VRA is a name of Visual Resources Association. VRA Core is a data standard created by this association. It's for the description of works of visual culture as well as the images that document them. Here is the VRA and VRA Core official website. Go to this website, www.vraweb.org. We can learn a lot of information about this metadata schema, including the history of VRA, VRA Core data standards, and so on. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the VRA Core history. Since the 1980s, VRA has worked on creating standards to describe images. To replace the earlier widely varying practices, the VRA Association created a common standard that's called VRA Core categories. These categories are somewhat based on the Dublin Core model. VRA Core so far has grown from a list of elements describing art and architecture images to a data standard with an XML schema to promote the sharing of records for the describing images. The first version of VRA Core was published in 1996, and from 1998 to 2002, 2004, and 2007, VRA Core has upgraded in different versions. Currently, VRA Core 4.0 is the standard VRA Core. Why is VRA Core needed? As we all know that the rapid explosion of Internet and the subsequent explosion of the visual resources field has resulted in many digital media managing issues. For example, the issues on copyright and intellectual property rights, protocols for the dissemination of digital materials, the standards of cataloging, and the broad public access to cultural information in the digital age. And VRA Core 4.0 is able to capture descriptive information about works and images and indicate relationships between the two. Core 4.0 is a nationally recognized metadata standard, and it is endorsed by the Mass Editorial Board as an extension schema for mass objects that contain images of cultural heritage resources. Okay, what is the current controlling party or standard of VRA Core? Currently, the Visual Resources Association Data Standards Committee is responsible for the VRE core controlling. And VRE Core 4.0 is the only metadata standard designed specifically for the description of images and the cultural objects they represent. Okay, let's move on to the left side elements of VRE Core. VRE Core has a very complicated element system, but fortunately, we can figure out it in two categories. The first, the core elements of VRA only include work, collection, or image. Here, the relationship between work and image is one to many. And because these three elements are core elements, they are required and unrepeatable. And other optional elements include the main elements and sub elements, and also the attributes. They are agent, title, location, work type, material, style or period, subject, rights, cultural context, date, description, inscription, measurements, relation, source, state addition, technique, and the text reference. Okay, just now we were talking about the left side elements. Except for, in addition to the core elements, other 18 optional elements are repeatable. Okay, let's talk about the rules for right side of the VRE core data entry. VRE core use a lot of rules to describe the content. These rules include AAT, controlled vocabulary, AACR2, CCO, MLA, also include LCSH. Here I will show you some examples about the VRE core applications. All these examples are from the VRE official website. Okay, let's say the first example. Here is a architecture work and its image. So on the left side, we can see the work of this building. The records of this building. On the left hand, all the elements of the VRE core are listed. and some elements are empty. And on the right side, we can see the description of the image of this work. And also, almost all the elements are listed here, but some of them are empty. Okay, let's see the last example, the second and the last example. It's very similar to the last one. On the left side is the description of the work of this painting, and all elements of the VRA core are listed on the left hand. And on the right side, the content was described one by one, follow the guidelines of the metadata standard. And on the right side is the image of this record of this work, and we can see some of the elements are empty but still keep in the record. Okay, that's what I want to talk to you. Hope you can find it interesting. Does anybody have question? I will be glad to answer them. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.